Alright y'all, welcome back to the channel and to some more turkey patterning. And today we've got a combo that one of you guys requested to see a little while back. And to be honest with you, I don't know how we haven't tested it yet, but I definitely think it could be a pretty good performing combination. We know this shell and this choke are both pretty good, so putting the two together should work out. We've got one of our first really nice days of the year as well. 70 degrees, a little bit of a breeze, and even the frogs are going over here in the swamp. So hopefully we can put everything together and actually get us a good pattern from this combo. But first up, for the shells that we got today, I brought out some more of the Herter's 410 turkey loads. They are a 410 3-inch 3/4 ounce payload of TSS 9 shot, moving about 1100 feet per second. We've tested these Herters in all of their gauges, and they're always some very nice performing shells. They used to be kind of the budget off the Cabela's and Bass Pro Shop store shelf type of offering for TSS. They are more expensive this year, but everything related to TSS is, unfortunately. They've changed the box art just a little bit as well, but they're still the same shell. And we've seen some great patterns from these shells plenty of times, so they should work through today's choke as well. Before the setup we're running, I brought out my Mossberg 500 410. It's got a 24-inch barrel on it. I've got a Simmons Pro Target red dot up on top, and for the choke we're going to be running, one of you guys wanted to see those Herter shells through my Trulock TSS Turkey 385 constriction choke. We've only tested this Trulock a few times in 410, but it's shown us some pretty nice results so far, and I think this combo should work out pretty well for us. Before today's test, we're running everything the same as usual. I've got the turkey target down there at 40 yards and the chrono so we can get our velocity. So let's get you guys a view of that target. We'll take our shot, and hopefully this combo can live up to what I think it has the potential to. So let's take our shot and see what kind of a pattern we can get. All right, that show gave us 1148 through the chrono. Boss claim is 1100, so we are a little bit above that, but this is pretty typical. Usually we're low to mid 1100s with those shells through my particular Mossberg there. So nothing out of the ordinary, but did it actually pattern well for us down there at 40? Let's go check it out and see. All right, so here we are down at our 40-yard paper, and we see some pretty nice looking results down here. We did favor just a touch low and maybe a touch left. I probably still need to give that red dot just 1 or 2 clicks up, and our wind today is from right to left, so that may be a little bit of the cause of us being slightly left, but no big deal. We can still see everything we need to see here, and yeah, we absolutely do have a dead bird. There is one through the brain and several more down the spine that would have done the job. And of course, I mean, you would have body shot him pretty good there as well. However, if that was centered up, that turkey would be absolutely smoked at 40 all day long, no doubt about it. This is a really solid, perfectly huntable combination. It's not overly screaming tight, but we're not blown all over the place either. If we look at our core area here, which is kind of just off the bottom of that printed bird's spine area there, it's a nice even spread of pellets. You've got plenty of them through there. If that's centered up, there's nowhere up, down, left, or right that bird can move to and get away from you. Very nice even core area at 40 yards. Outside of that, we might pick up a little void just off the left edge of that paper, but that's nothing too major, and it's kind of outside of the core. And we did string a couple little flies and little stringy stuff just around the very edges of the pattern, but it's not completely blown open neither. It's just those very outskirt edges. So overall, I really like that pattern for just a solid hunting pattern. Like I just said, not overly screaming tight. We have seen tighter from these shells and from 410 in general, but I don't think you can really argue with that. That would be a perfectly huntable combination for just about anybody running a 410. It would make for a really good youth or a potentially new hunter type of pattern as well. It'll give them a little more leeway to work with if you're hunting your birds in at a little bit closer ranges as well. But still, you've obviously got enough to get out to 40 and 45 yards just fine with that kind of combo. So once again, seems like these Herter shells are just a very solid performer overall. You can probably get a little bit better out of the custom shell, higher dollar type of options. But when it comes to off the store shelf that you can go buy at Cabela's or Bass Pro right now, these shells are probably the best option. And they do seem better than the Winchester Longbeard TSS loads as well, even though Herter's is made by Winchester. So nothing really to complain about here. It's just a nice, even spread, very huntable combination. I wouldn't hesitate to run that to 40 yards all day long and feel confident in it. Might need to adjust my red dot just a little bit, but that's no big deal at all. It's just a very nice, even, overall hunting type of pattern. So no major complaints here. I'd say whoever suggested that combo is probably right on the right track, because I think it performed about like I was hoping to see, just giving us a very nice looking hunting pattern. So looking good overall for this combo, that's for sure. And here's the wad out of that shell. Nothing fancy to see. Nothing stuck down in there, which has been a common issue for some 410 shells here recently, but this one looks good there. One petal might have opened a little farther than the others, but clearly didn't make much of a difference. No major damage or nothing, so looks good. Nothing out of the ordinary here. Alright y'all, well, what did you think about that performance right there? Not really a whole lot to argue with. We might have strung just a couple flyers around the edges, and maybe the very outskirt edges of that pattern aren't absolutely perfect, but that's not really too unusual to have a few flyers and stuff from these shells. They are a mass-produced load that you can go buy right on the store shelf, but it's a very nice, even spread throughout the core, and overall it's just a very huntable pattern. It's not super screaming tight. We're not blown all over the place. So I think that performed about as good as what we could really hope for. We have probably seen tighter cores from these shells through other choke combos, but when it comes to 410, I wouldn't hesitate to run that kind of pattern any day of the week. That's 40 yards. You could easily push that to 45 and probably 50 yards and still do the job. And it's going to give you a little bit more wiggle room to work with at closer ranges. So really, there's not a whole lot to complain about. I really like that combo. But leave all your thoughts down below. Is that about what you expected to see? Were you a little surprised one way or the other? Have you tested any of these Herter's 410 loads or a Trulock 385 choke? And if so, what kind of results have you seen? Is this a combo or a pattern you would hunt with? Or would you prefer to see it a little tighter? Or are you somebody that likes these nice even spreads and that's a perfectly huntable pattern for you? And maybe what other combos do you want to see us run with either those Herter's 410 loads or that Trulock 385? Let me know all that down below. But with that being said, I've got some more testing to get done for you guys, so I'm going to get back to it. As always, we have the channel Instagram as well as the mailbox where you can send stuff if you'd like. All that information will be in the description if you're interested in it, but I'm going to get back to it, so I'll see y'all in the next one.